What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about crypto stocks today. We're going to be going over Riot, Wolf, Hut8, Bitfarms, Marathon, Cypher, and IREN. Riot, Wolf, Hut, and Bitfarms for Tigger. Also, I'm sorry, Riot. Tigger, you just requested Riot. Ali Masar requested Riot, Wolf, Hut, and Bitfarms. Marathon for Shareful, Cypher, and Wolf for Don V, and IREN for Joshua Sanker, as well as Bitfarms for Joshua Sanker. All right. Some of you requested the same ones. I just wanted to get everybody's names out there. But without all that confusing mess of words, let's jump into this. So looking at Riot here, it is looking kind of good, isn't it? Might have found resistance here. It is kind of a 1, 2, 3 areas of resistance right now. It's pretty solid rejection too. Let's see how next week unfurls, but I'm pretty sure you are going to move down, probably to form a higher low, probably from this low to this high. Let's see. You went to your 786 a little bit below it, so let's just assume you might do the same thing, something just like that, around $1.05. Wait, no, I'm sorry. That's $11.05. My bad, man. $11.05. You're at about $16.45 now. So something like that could happen. Could you move lower? Sure. Let's see how you interact with the 61869, 786 area. Let's see how that happens first. Yeah, and then let's move on to Wolf. I am assuming Riot goes down. Same thing with Wolf. They all actually kind of look the same. I say they all do, but a lot of them do. 786 resistance, you're kind of working backwards now. 236 support, though, I would think you'd come back and find support on the 382. That's at about $1.60. You're at 250 now. I bet you're going to pull back. Looking at the weekly RSI, it doesn't look bad, but it could come back down. Daily RSI is showing some like a double top here. It looks a little bit more like a double top when you're zoomed out, but here, I don't know. I would think you could come down and still be okay. If you were to come down a little bit, you've still got these higher lows coming into play, and that could be a little bit of pressure to the downside as far as that goes. Around $1.60 is where I think you're going. At least to $2. Here you are at $2.50 now, so that's Wolf. If Bitcoin takes off, man, if it just blasts through the roof, all these analyses are going to be wrong then, because most of them, if not all of them, I think are going to go to the downside. Hut8, 618 support in this area. You're up at your 382 finding resistance. Generally speaking, I would expect you do go lower with this one. I kind of would think that lower prices are still on the table. You might see prices down at about 560. If not, maybe 674, 765, that area, but you're at $10 now. Lower is where I think you're going. Weekly RSI doesn't look good. Daily RSI looks constructive, but not too impressive. You know, you're at an area that you found resistance multiple times, so and found lower lows afterwards. So you could definitely go down from here. That's Hut8. Let's talk about Bitfarms. Oh right, damn. I think we'll go back to all of these, man. Sorry. With Riot, you wanted me to do a bull cycle prediction for Ali Masar here. Sorry. So as far as this goes, you know, I can be wrong. I can definitely be wrong on a bull cycle prediction. That's a lot of time to go. But basing it off the last bull cycle to the current bear cycle low, the price targets for Riot that I would expect are at a minimum 190, potentially up to 573. That would be a bit intense, but I think this 190 to $300 area is a definite possibility. Technically, that is on the table as well, but we'll see. I do like the support you're getting on your 123. Going back to Wolf now, working our way down, top to bottom here. Again, cycle high to cycle low. If you were to see a new high, which I would assume you do, I think Wolf is going to do that. You could see 146 to 670. Maybe I'd look at that 146 to 273 area more so. That's my genuine opinion. If you don't see a new high, you can get stopped out at $26, that area, which would still be decent gains from here. But that's Wolf. Hut, and then we'll move on to Bitfarms. Hut, same thing, from cycle high to cycle low. Get rid of the alternative fib here. 190 to 547, probably 190 to 294 is the expected area to look at, in my opinion. Higher lows, higher highs, I don't see a reason why you couldn't go up there. This looks like a nice kind of area of accumulation. I do think it goes there. You're at $10 now, so good job on HUD 8. Probably wants to do higher highs. Bitfarms now. We'll start it off with this cycle prediction since we're just doing that as of right now. And I'm going to take it from this high. This was the high that sent you down here, not this high, so I am going to take it from this high. It's also a lower high, so that the targets might be more conservative if it is respecting that high. So $22.44, $68 at the maximum. Again, with the focus at $22.44 to $35.42 for me. Man, this looks good. Yeah, it looks pretty damn good, I'm not going to lie. I really do think you're going to see prices up here. If not higher, you could see higher. You could see even higher. Bitfarms has a low enough market cap. You could see prices above $100 by the end of the cycle. And here you are at 361. I don't know if I'd put my money on that, but definitely I would put my money that from here it'll do a 10x. But Bitfarms on the more immediate scale, you do have bearish divergence presenting itself. It's not confirmed until you get a red week. Very bullish finish. Out of all the charts so far, this is the most bullish finish we've seen to the relative time frames. I like the daily RSI. I'm almost inclined to believe that you continue to go up higher to about 476. You're at 361 now. Bitfarms might move up higher. We've seen that sometimes. It'll move up while other things move down. But if Bitcoin dumps, if Bitcoin sees some kind of significant pullback, which wouldn't take much, like 5% is significant these days. So you might not see that 470 area. You might pull back down. Oh, it's so hard to say, man. Oh, I don't know. Will you see prices lower than this again? I don't know. Hard to say. I'm inclined to believe you're going to continue to move up with this. I'll see you at 470, and that's where I'm going to leave it. That's what I got for that. So moving on to Marathon. Marathon here. There's a specific request with that as well. Oh, yeah. Shareful wanted me to do earnings, like comparing it to earnings, right? So here we are on a daily basis. Green earnings, good earnings, right? Yeah, decent. Actually, really good. Moved up a lot afterwards in the following days. Red, moved down in the following days. Green, sideways and then up. Red, not bad actually afterwards. Red down, red up and then down. Red earnings like back to back like that. Is that normal? Down. This thing does seem like it kind of likes to trend with its earnings, but sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, if earnings are good, which I would assume they're going to be, that could be a fuel to the fire of going up. But if we go down until earnings and then we move up, something like that could happen. We might move sideways until earnings and then move up, something like that. But I would assume that whatever color this earnings comes out to be, you probably continue to move in that direction for a few weeks, a month, 2 months, something like that, which is why I would think that it will be green. And just because it's green doesn't mean this, right? It could mean this, right? Like it doesn't have to move up just like that. But on a daily basis, you do have a double top, bearish divergence on your daily. Volume's losing, what's the word I'm looking for? Volume is losing prominence as you're moving up. Kind of a double top in the price as well. Top to bottom here. Deep extensions hit, not really respecting anything, so that's okay. We don't need it. I don't know what to think of this one, man. Let's see how next week closes. At this point in time, I'm not assuming you go below this low. I'm not assuming that at all. So I would assume then from this low to this high, you could see prices as low as like $18.35 to $19.35. You very well could hold prices at $23, but all of those prices are below where the price is now at about $27. So that's Marathon, probably going lower from here, but how much lower is the real question. Let's see how next week closes before we get a better idea of that, how we interact with the 382 and the 618 area. Cypher, consolidating, doing whatever. Generally speaking, this kind of look right here, like that's not a friendly look. And I would have probably expected this thing to go down, but it's just continued to move sideways. So sometimes that happens, man. And you might be in this for a while. You might be in this horizontal channel for a while. It could be, you know, sometime after the halving that you break it, but you are at the top right now. I would think you come back down. You probably find support around that 264 area. Yeah, 264, 250, somewhere in that area is where I think you're going. Not a lot going off the weekly RSI. The daily RSI does look like it wants to come down. Price action does too. Yeah. Really, I think you do hold 260. I think you do hold that level in price. You probably actually find a low a little bit higher than that, 270, 274, based off of this kind of trajectory. But I could be wrong. You don't have to hold this trajectory just because it would look nice, right? You absolutely could go a little bit lower and then come up, still a higher low, whatever. But I don't think you're going to take these lows out. That's my personal opinion as of now. As of now. Yeah. IREN, and then we're done with this bad boy. Iris Energy. Overbought, now you're not, probably going to come down. Probably. Bottom to top, 382 is the minimum target. You're at 681 now, so we'll see you at 618, probably a little bit below that. It's very common to go a little bit below your 382, so don't be surprised if you see prices even below $6. You could hold this area and then move up from there. That is possible, but don't be surprised also if you see $5 to 470, somewhere in there. I kind of would expect that. I don't think you're going to go lower than this low though. So that's IREN. Yeah, that would make sense to me, man. You could go lower than the 61869, but again, I wouldn't expect that you go lower than that low. Just thinking out loud there. It's a lot of volume on that week, man. Same kind of thing as was it Cypher, or I think it was Cypher. You're in this like horizontal range. Who knows how long you're going to be in this for, but you are at the top. You probably come back down to the bottom of it with a higher low in mind, would be my assumption. Yeah. That's it, man. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.